In today's video, I'm going to be doing the rear brakes on my 2008 GMC Savannah. It's my work van, so I'm the brake boss. I have to do my own brakes. The brake fluid is extremely dark, and this is dot 3. I'm going to put dot 4 in here because I am going to do a brake service. But how do you test the brake fluid for moisture or water? Because brake fluid is hygroscopic, which means it can attract water. So I'm going to show you guys a tool that we can use to test the brake fluid. So you can use something like this to test the brake fluid. It has these two small prongs here. Now I wish these prongs were a little bit longer on this specific tool. This tool is a BF 200 from King Bolin. It's a pretty nice tool. Uses a couple of batteries back here, which it does not come with, so you have to buy those separate. So you want to make sure the tip is clean on here. Open the cap, and this will test for moisture. So we can see on this one the moisture level is still okay. It's at about 2%, and I put this in there too much, but it's about 2%. However, this fluid is extremely dark. So there's two ways you get this for brake fluid. One would be visually. This is contaminated clearly, but the other way is the moisture level. The only thing I wish, if these prongs were a little bit longer so that I didn't have to put the head of the tool in there and get the light that's in the front here, get that dirty as well. For $20 or so, $25, this tool is really good. I'm going to take this cover off. Couple taps. Get that wheel off. Pads are wearing very, very thin, so it's definitely time to do them, and hopefully my calipers are not seized up. We have the wrench and we have a hammer. I'm gonna move the caliper out. Holy crap, yeah, this thing is, this right here looks effed up. So I have to see if they got one in stock. More than likely. The scaling is crazy on this. That's money I did not want to spend. Look at my pads. I can't be the brake boss with pads like this. What a time to be alive. Oh. God damn, they're tight. All right, well, let's get something bigger, I guess. I'm not playing around, so I went and got a, well, I thought I got a pry bar, but it don't fit. Let's see if I can fit this 1/2 inch. Pain in the butt. All right, let's try it. Oh yeah, just a little more leverage. It's 2 bolts out. Sometimes they come off, sometimes you gotta hammer them. On this one, it came off because I think I've taken this off before. Parking brake looks good. Parking brake doesn't work on this because the cable is snapped on one side. I think it's this side, or it might be the other. Yeah, it's the other side. The cable is snapped. So I'm still gonna clean them up a little bit. Here's what I'm gonna be using. I'm not even gonna clean this. There's plenty of anti-seize in there, so I'm just gonna put this on here. Hopefully it's the right one. Now we just gotta hurry up and wait, or I can take off the other side and check that side out. So let's do that. Let's go to the other side. I'm gonna do the other side off camera unless the caliper is seized on that one as well. I got this side out. And this side seems to be squeezing just fine. So I don't know if I'm gonna replace this side. AutoZone was quick with the delivery. A little snappy snap. The way I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna hook this up right here. It'll make it installing a little bit easier so I don't have to hold it. Let's get one down here. I'm gonna put one washer through here. I'm gonna put the other washer onto the other side like that. Line this up and put it on there. And this was an 11 millimeter. Yeah, you guys might say that's not the right way to tighten it. Well, it works. Now let's take some brake clean, clean this up. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten the caliper bracket. And good. Put the shims here. Okay. They're not touching, that's good. We can slide it in there, twist it a couple of times until it's all the way tight. Make sure it slides in and out good. Now let's clean this one up. And we're gonna do the same thing with this. And we can put them right in here. Good. Another spot that we're going to grease up is these 3 prongs here. Put a little bit of grease on them, and also the face of the caliper, or of the piston, I should say. That's tight. The bottom is going to be the same thing. It's also tight. I'm going to take some of this brake clean and clean this all up. Yeah, we got new pads, new rotors, new calipers. One thing I like to do before I return the calipers, I take the rubber boots, because sometimes I run across vehicles that actually have broken rubber boots. And well, an old rubber boot is better than a broken rubber one. So I always steal them from these cars. Not steal them. The people that do them have to replace them anyways. I hope. So I usually keep these, so I have a good stockpile. If I run into a car where this is damaged, I just replace them with what I have in the car. I'm gonna put the brake fluid machine on here so that we can start bleeding the driver's side. So by the time I finish with the passenger side, I can also bleed that one as well. I have about 10 psi in here. Let's go crack the bleed screw open. Go ahead and open this. Yeah, we could just let it drain like that. I do have a container that I can put this onto, but it should be okay. Just like that. All right, this side's all done as well. The other side's also done. Let's put the wheel back together on both sides and drive the car. Okay, so I finished up with the brakes. I did both rotors and pads, and I did the caliper on this one side. So if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below, and I'll see you guys on the next video.